Hey, and welcome to Unleashing Leadership Excellence. And I'm your host, Timothy. And today we're diving into a topic that lies at the very heart of every successful operation: safety in the workplace. When we talk about leadership, we often focus on vision, strategy, and execution. But at the foundation of it all is the responsibility to protect and care for our teams. Operations thrive when efficiency and productivity are high, but without a strong commitment to safety, all of that progress can be jeopardized. As leaders, we must be proactive, not reactive, when it comes to workplace hazards. Identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks before they escalate is not just a best practice, it's a moral obligation. Our people are our greatest asset, and their well-being isn't just a box to check. It's a defining principle of true leadership. The reality is that accidents don't happen in isolation. They often stem from overlooked hazards, gaps in training, or a culture that prioritizes speed over safety. That's why safety in the workplace isn't just about compliance with regulations. It's about creating an environment where safety is woven into every process and decision. Today, we'll explore how to recognize potential hazards, implement effective safety strategies, and ensure compliance with industry standards. But beyond policies and procedures, we'll emphasize the power of building a culture of awareness and accountability. One where every team member understands that looking out for one another isn't just encouraged, it's expected. Because when safety becomes second nature, we don't just prevent injuries, we build stronger, more resilient teams. Today's episode is called Safety in the Workplace. Operations are fast-paced, dynamic environments where movement, machinery, and people interact daily. Within this activity, there are inherent risks that must be identified, addressed, and mitigated to ensure the safety and well-being of every team member. It's not just about legal compliance, it's about moral responsibility. As leaders, our role is to foster a safe environment where people can do their best work without fear of harm. So where do we start? First and foremost, we must identify potential risks in workplace operations. This requires a thorough assessment of the physical environment, the tools and machinery used, and the daily processes that keep things running. From slips, trips, and falls to hazards associated with equipment handling and operational procedures, dangers can lurk in places we least expect. Once risks are identified, we must develop and implement strategies to mitigate them. This could include engineering controls like installing guardrails and safety barriers, or administrative controls such as setting clear protocols for equipment use and hazardous material handling. And of course, personal protective equipment, otherwise known as PPE, plays a crucial role in minimizing workplace injuries, ensuring safety goes beyond physical hazards. Compliance with health and safety regulations is critical to maintaining a secure work environment. Industry guidelines exist to protect team members, and staying up to date with these regulations is a non-negotiable. Yet compliance alone isn't enough. Training and education must be continuous. Training isn't a one-and-done thing. Even the best safety measures are useless if team members aren't equipped to follow them properly. That means regular training programs, hands-on safety drills, and empowering employees to speak up when they see something isn't right. Beyond policies and procedures, there's another layer to workplace safety that's often overlooked: psychological safety. A workplace culture that values open communication, encourages reporting of near misses, and fosters mutual accountability creates an environment where team members feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Fear of retaliation or dismissal often prevents employees from speaking up about safety concerns. As leaders, we must establish trust, making it clear that reporting hazards isn't just welcomed, it's expected. When employees know their voices matter and that their concerns will be addressed, safety becomes a shared commitment rather than an imposed rule. Perhaps the most crucial factor in workplace safety is cultivating a culture of accountability and awareness. Safety isn't just a responsibility of management, it belongs to everyone. When a team prioritizes safety together, accidents become rare, and every individual goes home safe at the end of the day. It's about fostering an environment where safety isn't an afterthought, but a core value that guides every decision, from the boardroom to the front lines. As we wrap up today's discussion on safety in the workplace, one thing is clear. Safety isn't just about preventing accidents. It's about creating an environment where every team member feels valued and protected. It starts with identifying hazards, from obvious risks like heavy machinery and high stacking, to hidden dangers like fatigue, complacency, and improper equipment handling. But knowing the risks isn't enough. We must take decisive action through engineering controls, strong protocols, and proper PPE. Compliance is essential, but true workplace safety comes when every team member is trained, informed, and empowered to take ownership of their well-being and the well-being of their peers. The heart of workplace safety lies in building a culture where safety is a shared responsibility, not just a directive from leadership. When leaders set the tone, reinforce best practices, and encourage open communication, prevention becomes the priority over reaction. So take a moment to assess your workplace. Are you doing everything possible to mitigate risks? Are your team members equipped with the right knowledge and tools to stay safe? Because when safety is at the forefront, we don't just reduce accidents, we build trust, strengthen morale, and create a thriving workplace where excellence isn't a goal, but a standard. Remember, it's always a time to encourage, empower, and elevate. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep leading with purpose. Until next time, embrace the journey ahead. This has been a time to encourage.